Greetings. I got a request to talk about gen add record. That's API underscore gen add record. So let's take a look at what that does. Built into every relationship, and here we've got an application called ABC Project Manager 1. You can find it in the App Exchange. If I click on one of the project records here, you'll see a button down here, Add Task. Now, if you right-click on it and edit the field properties, you'll see that it uses gen add record form. There is another API call that's similar to this called API add record. And there are two different functions. This one allows you to leave one form, go to another, fill it out, save it, and return. And that's what this return function is back at the end. After you're finished going over to the child record and filling out the reference field, which is 48, with the breadcrumb that tells you how to get back to the parent, this is that linkage, you then return back to the place that you originated the button request from. So this is using API gen add record. The API add record, just by keeping this piece and getting rid of gen and form, assumes that you're going to tell everything in this formula button what to do, and that you don't need to append or wait for the save. Just go do it. So there's a difference between the two. So let's exit out of here and let's press that button. So we are in, you can see project number 1, right? And it's called Finance System Upgrade. And if I come down here and I click on the button, down at the bottom of the screen, you can see the URL being constructed right down here. And a way of looking at what the button is actually going to do, by the way, if I right-click it one more time, edit the field properties, and I take away the text here and this is a way of debugging in case you're building something. Now you can see exactly what this is going to do. It's going to be in the team realm, go over to this table, perform API gen add record form, and make sure that field 48 equals 1, and then return. That's really what's happening. So what we do is we turn it into a button by saying display this right here, and we'll say add task, and that's what it does. So let's press that button as I promised, and what happens is this is filled out, Finance System Upgrade. It actually has sent the value of what the project is over to it. And if I say, I'll call this just test, for instance, and hit save, we go back, and notice we're back to the parent again. And there's the test record. Now, we may want to take the status field. Here's the status on the child. Let's see what the field ID is. Now, I'm hovering over the word field properties. Do you see it down below here? Right here where my mouse is, it says it's field 12, right? So that's the status. What if we wanted to take the status here, whatever this is, and pass it down into the child? I'm just coming up with that for an idea. Well, we can append what this URL says right here, and we can say and underscore FID underscore 12 equals. And now what we're going to be doing is adding the, and let me put a quotation mark, an and the field name, which is status. Now this is from the parent right here, status, there, and quote and. So you can see these little text strings are sheltered or fenced in by these quotation marks. So let's go see what happens. Now, if I hover over the button, remember to look down at the footer here. You'll see that it's constructing, and field 12, field ID 12 is in progress, and field ID 48 is 1, right? So we click on it. And you can see the status down below is filled in with in progress. Let's go back just for the heck of it and change the status of this project. We'll change it to completed, for instance, and I'll click Save. So we know that that's the value. Well, I hover over this task button, and you can see down below as it's constructing, it says completed is going to be filled out into field 12. So I'm going to click on that. And down below here, you can see the status is completed. So that's a brief view of the API Gen Add Record. If you want to know more information about it, I'm going to do a Google search for QuickBase API. And as I come out here to the welcome to the QuickBase API guide, these are all the call references right here. And one of them is Gen Add Record form right here. And as you scroll down to learn about all the cool things that you can do with this, way down below is this right here. And this is the URL version of how you can append different things, and all these extra switches and things like that you can add to it. The other alternative is the API add record right there. And once again, this is something that is used programmatically to create it, and don't ask for any input after that point. Just do it. So hopefully you'll find that helpful.